so in between episodes, some stuff happened. Someone gave me a ludicrous amount of stuff. They handed me a fucking Nazi symbol on the map, which is horrible and not okay, so I decided to burn everything he gave me. Then, because I was feeling a little crazy, I decided to burn everything people gave me because what the hell, might as well. Then I went mining, got diamonds, blah blah blah, here we are. So, yeah, as you saw from the previously on Minecraft 2B2TPE, some things happened. And, but, you know, I got back on my own. Obviously not as good stuff as I used to have, but that's okay, because I am going to go back to my original thing of not accepting people's gifts, because, well, I am indeed very grateful for the stuff that people gave me. I also, yeah, it's too sketchy to do that, and you know, I really shouldn't accept gifts, because this is kind of like a playthrough kind of deal, so, yeah. I got some stuff to drop off here. But I just wanted to, take a second and drop some stuff off, because I got a funny feeling about going into the place that you guys don't know I'm going to be going into. Did I not set my spawn to that spot? Oh, biscuit. Please tell me I did. Did I? Oh, I did! Oh, I was ahead of myself. Good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back up here. Okay. So, I did a lot of exploring in between episodes because I have quite a ways before I get to anywhere that's remotely safe. And this area, I thought, oh, this is kind of a nice area. I know it's very grassy, it's very nice. And then I go and realize, oh, someone's been here. And there's a portal. And I want to go through it because you never know what's going to be on the other side of it. And oh my god, and this one isn't even trapped. But why is this nether so weird? It literally looks like someone just, I don't know, exploded their way through the whole thing. Now, the question is this going to link to another portal? Because I feel like it might. And I should go netherite farming at some point, actually, too. That'd be good, because I have diamond pickaxe, so I could do that if I want to. So, let's go back through and see if I'm going to instantly regret this. Oh, that's nice. Okay. You'd think there's gotta be someone here, right? And I guess, I don't know, you might be wondering, why would I go and look for people when I went and frickin' burned all my stuff that people gave me? I guess, cause content and, oh, Endermen on here are very strong. I actually, in between episodes, was trying to just kill some Endermen, and, that went well. I died. I mean, luckily I'd set my spawn, but I was still like, are you kidding me? So, I guess let's go back, uh-oh. Go back to that spot, and, I was trying to sprint away. That didn't work. Because the server lagged. Okay. So, yeah, I guess... I don't know, I guess I could mine this if I want to. Make a end chest. It'd be good to get, some obsidian. I think I already have some somewhere, I think, but... to have some on me. So if I want to make a portal at any point. And also so I can try to make a, yeah, the end chest. And an enchantment table, because I do have lapis, so I could enchant my stuff. Okay, so, alright. I'm gonna make a end chest. I don't have, Silk Touch, unfortunately, which, yeah, because I died and lost all my XP. I don't know if I enchant something, if I'll even be able to get it. Don't remember what level you need to be. I don't even have any bookcases, actually. I should go back to the villages if I do make an enchantment table and get the bookcases out of there, because they'll save me a lot of work. Alright. It's gonna be where I can swim from now on. I found a lot of shipwrecks, by the way, in between episodes. Like, literally, I found 2 upside down shipwrecks, which were unlooted, and then a few others as well. 8th grade. 8th grade was a rough year for many reasons. And there was this guy I had a crush on, right? And this was the first crush that I had where I was like, I really actually genuinely like this person. You know, it wasn't one of those like, oh, like I like them for a week and then, you know, just be over it, you know? This is one of those like, I was seriously, yeah, it was the real deal. And I there was a dance coming up, and I decided, you know, I should just go for it. I should just ask him out, right? And you know, and I knew that there was actually a chance that he'd say yes, because you know, he was a gamer, and at the time I was like, you know, I don't have a chance with anyone but a gamer, so you know, maybe because we have that in common, he might not reject me, because you know, you get rejected a lot when you're a melancholy teen, right? So, you know, I think I emailed him to ask him out, because that was 8th grade for you, right? Like, no one's actually gonna, you know, either you're gonna ask someone out with your friends with you, or you're not, or you're gonna ask them out on like Snapchat or Instagram or email. And I didn't have Instagram or like my own phone until like freshman year. I didn't have an iPhone until like freshman year, so I was like, alright, I'm gonna email him. And I was like, you know, I knew this wasn't one of those things where I liked the idea of being with him more than I did, like, you know, actually being with him. And, you know, yeah, so I emailed him, and sure enough, I think he said yes. And so we were gonna go to the dance together, right? And it was, you know, it was awkward because I had never slow danced with anyone in middle school, because I've been rejected by everyone. And so, you know, I didn't, in 8th grade, or in middle school in general, basically everyone dances in a line. So if you're slow dancing during these slow songs, people were like lined up side by side, like hands on their dancing partner, right? And so I was like, I don't want to be in the line, you know, and I don't want to stand out. But then obviously we decided not to dance in the line, which obviously made us stand out because, you know, everyone was in the line, you know, and so I did that. And I really like this guy. Like, when I got the email that he said that he would go with me and that he did like me too, like, I was so happy. I think that was the happiest I've ever been in my entire life, and I haven't been that happy since. And oh my god, that sounds so depressing, I'm sorry. And so I was like, okay, so I should give him my phone number, because I had a track phone. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna give him my phone number, and like, you know, and I was like, so are we like dating? And he was like, yeah, I mean, sure. We danced, and I had a good time, and yeah, so I gave him my phone number, and yeah, so then the next day I was going to the mall with one of my friends, and cause she did Irish step dance, so she's really good at it, and she still is actually. And so we were going to the mall with some of her friends because she invited me to come, and so I went, and like we had a really good time. One of her friends, I think, had a broken foot during that because she was on crutches and had a boot on. You know, they're Irish step dancers. Like, that's intense exercise. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was in fact a broken foot. So I went, and I had fun. I mean, I was kind of awkward for most of it because, you know, these were people I didn't really hang out with. I didn't really know them well. But, like, I ended up becoming kind of friends with the girl who broke her foot. And so, yeah, and then I got back, I think around, like, 4 p.m. or something. And I went and checked my email to see, like, if he responded. And he emailed me and said, actually, no, yeah, no, okay, so I emailed him to give him my number, and that was when he emailed me back, and I saw the email, like, that he said, like, I'm not over my ex, because he'd broken up with someone recently, but, you know, he was middle school, honestly, and he said, like, I haven't gone through my ex, I feel really bad, and, like, my hands are literally shaking right now, but, I kind of prefer if we could just be friends, because, you know, for middle school, he went through some stuff with his ex, you know, and it's middle school, like, relationships in middle school are not ever meant to last. And in high school, still kind of the same deal. I mean, people are more mature about it, but it's more like people have a fling and that's it. And so he email dumped me. And I just remember, like, you know, my parents were like, oh my god, like, are you okay? Because I was kind of, like, sitting on the couch watching TV, just kind of sad. And at that time, I wasn't really good at hiding my emotions at all. So I was just kind of, like, moping on the couch in the evening. And they were like, you know, like, are you okay? Like, are you, and, like, did something happen? And I thought you had fun at the mall earlier. And so I didn't want to tell them that he'd broken up with me. I just was kind of like, you know, I didn't want to make a big deal about it, and I just kind of want to be left alone. That's usually how I am now with my emotions. I just don't want people to, you know, dwell on it. And so they asked, and then I was like, I was email dumped 12 hours after we said we were dating. And, you know, it was middle school. You know, what did I honestly expect? Like, you know, whatever. And I wouldn't diss the guy. I mean, he was a nice guy, and, you know. But, yeah. And then freshman year. Good lord, freshman year. So 8th grade was the year that someone I had been friends with since kindergarten, her adoptive father passed away from brain cancer. And so you know, while the year was great when I asked out that guy, and then I ended up dating someone for like a month, but he was kind of a pervert. So I broke up with him because I was not comfortable in that relationship. It was really weird. We were in 8th grade, and he was always looking at my legs, and that was really weird. And I still don't, just don't, if you're ever, like, you know, like, talking about stuff and, like, about people, don't be weird and be like, oh my god, she has such nice legs, or, like, just creepily stare at people. It's not funny. It's just really gross, okay? And, yeah, just have some self-control. Anyway, yeah, so I'd broken up with him, and then freshman year, the guy that I'd asked out, who I really liked, and I was genuinely so heartbroken when he broke up with me, over email, 12 hours after it happened. Why am I still dwelling on this? Freshman year, you know, I was kind of depressed again. I was going through some stuff, and at the time, a new app called TBH was released, and I had an iPhone at this point, so I had that app, and it was basically this app where you could friend tons of people from your area, and, like, compliment them, or say, like, who's most likely to still like One Direction, or, like, who's as hot as an Arizona summer, whatever. It was really corny, cringy stuff, but everyone was using it at the time, and the guy I'd asked out, who broke up with me, let's just call him, Peter. Sure. So Peter was in my science class, and I didn't really have any friends in my science class. It just turned out that way. The schedules when my friends didn't align, and I didn't really have any solid friends that year until, like, later in the year anyway. And so we sat together because, like, you know, we were still kind of, like, on okay terms, you know. The breakup thing, I was kind of mad at him, but also kind of like, you know, whatever. And so we sat together because we had to choose someone to sit next to, and neither of us had any friends in the class. Anyway, so yeah, and that app came around, and he friended me on it. And then one day, because you check your notifications on that app to see, like, you know, what people said about you when they were going through it that day. And the more people picked you for certain stuff, like, you know, this person's most likely to this, you know, like, the more points you got, and people wanted to have the most points. So I went and checked my feed to see, like, you know, what I got in that day and what anyone had said about me, and sure enough, someone had said, like I said earlier in an example, is hot as an Arizona summer. And I was like, there is only one person who would even do that. So I literally, like, I told my friends, and I was like, what the fudge is this? I'm flattered, but, like, kind of weird. So I told my friends, and they were like, damn, someone really likes you. And I was like, it's gotta be him, because we were on relatively good terms. I was still kind of salty at him and passive aggressive sometimes, but we kind of worked things out a little bit with being in the same science class. And so yeah, that didn't last, because I talked to him, I emailed him, and I was like, dude, like, what, like, is this you? Because someone still kept, like, complimenting me on the app, and I was like, none of my friends are doing this. They all said they weren't, and there are no other guys who would even say these things about me. And because at the time, you know, I was pretty melancholy still, because I was depressed, I was going through some stuff, I was very emotionally vulnerable, and any kind of, like, you know, compliments people gave me, I instantly took to heart, because my self-esteem was just so low that year. I was deep down in the pit, and so getting these compliments, I was like, okay, it's gotta be him, because literally no one else would do this, and he's on my friends list, and I'm not even friends with a lot of guys on this, so it's gotta be him. And some drama started, because I was, like, calling him out. I was like, bro, like, what is this? And so apparently, because one of my female friends, she was longtime friends with him, and she was like, yeah, he thinks that you're being clingy. And I'm like, okay, so on the app, because he was sending me these compliments, I was like, okay, I'll reciprocate, because I still kind of like him, you know. I'm heartbroken, but I still kind of like him. So I was sending the compliments back, and she said that he thought I was being clingy, and I was like, I wasn't even the one to start this little back and forth thing, okay? Like, I am still kind of mad at this guy for breaking my heart. He was the first guy I ever, like, really, truly liked deep down. Maybe that's called being in love. It was 8th grade. Who knows? And so I was like, what the frick, man? Like, so I was getting more mad at him, because I was like, why the frick are you calling me clingy? Like, bro, you're the one who keeps picking me for this stuff. And he even confirmed that, like, indirectly confirmed that it was him. And I was like, alright, so why the frick is he, like, calling me the clingy one? Like, he literally is, like, flirting with me over this stupid app. And so then I was emailing him, and I was like, bro, like, I'm not, you know, you need to figure this out, and, like, yeah, I am not, you know, yeah, not cool with this. And sure enough, he was like, you know what, screw it, you want to go out with me? And I was like, and then I remembered how he dumped me after 12 hours, and I was like, you know, like the little badass girl I was. And I was still very angry. I was like, maybe you should think about this over the weekend and then get back to me. And that's literally what I said. I emailed him back and was like, maybe you should think about this and then get back to me, you know, next week. And he never got back to me. So nothing ever happened. And it was the most anticlimactic rom-com of the century. You know, it was yeah. That happened, and I just was like, yeah, well, guess that's that. And you know, he would, yeah. I don't really remember what happened, like, directly after I told him off. I just know he was, like, we still sat next to each other in science class, but I was definitely, like, you know, I was polite to him, but I was not happy with him. And I don't even know if maybe my science teacher picked up on it. She's a very perceptive woman. She was, you know, honestly, I thought of her as family. She was such a great person and so kind, and like really my friends and I like hung out with her every morning. And even like I did my my internship with her because I wanted to do an experiment to simulate like Mars soil and lunar soil, and there wasn't any company I could work with to do that because the internships were supposed to be with a company, but I couldn't find anyone, and I was trying to get an internship with a local college to work in their observatory because they had a telescope, but that didn't end up working out at all because no one ever got back to me, even though I emailed 3 different people. But yeah, so I ended up working with her, and yeah, I want to take a second to say, like, I know that she definitely does not watch my videos, but she knows that, you know, she knows I'm a YouTuber like all my teachers do. Like, she's such a sweet person, and I hope that, you know, when I come back to visit my high school, she's still there, because that'd be so, you know, she's one of those teachers who I had just such a strong connection with that I really wanted to like get to say goodbye to her at graduation, and I didn't get to have her sign my yearbook for senior year, but I had her freshman year and yeah, senior year for AP Environmental Science. And you know, I just known her really well. Well, I guess I didn't know her really well, but we'd kind of, yeah, we talked every day, and yeah, really liked being around her, and yeah. And I didn't get to say goodbye to her properly after graduation because, you know, at graduation your families are kind of like, you know, want to get tons of pictures, and, you know, everyone's kind of, yeah, emotional, and also because there's Project Grad, which is like kind of like a festival for the seniors only, where there are tons of events, and like, you know, everything is paid for by this committee, and so we had that, and then there was also a car parade that was going on, which has become a kind of tradition now for a lot of schools because they did it for class of 2020 because, you know, COVID happened, so they didn't really get to have any fun thing. Really, they didn't even get Project Grad. They didn't get, you know, the normal fun senior stuff at the end of the year, even though they had, yeah, they still had most of their regular senior year, but like I said, they didn't get, like, you know, yeah, a lot of the fun stuff that seniors get after graduation. And their graduation was actually all remote. Well, they couldn't, parents couldn't come. They had to watch over Zoom, watch their kids graduate over Zoom, which is depressing as heck. But yeah, so they started the kind of car parade tradition. This is actually really close to Breck. And so they did for our class as well. So, you know, literally there was graduation and then about an hour until the car parade, and then after that there's Project Grad. So it was a pretty packed day. So families were really trying to get pictures of their kids, and oh my god, what in the heck? So, you know, my parents were kind of clinging to me, and my grandmother wasn't exactly in a great mood, and she was like, why are you in a rush to, like, you know, to leave? And I was like, well, there are some teachers I really want to get to say goodbye to, and I didn't get to, which I'm still very sad about, because there were some teachers I didn't get to give the thank you cards to, because I made a thank you cards for every single teacher I'd ever had in high school, which took some time, but I really wanted to, you know, do that. And still I haven't even given all the cards away yet. I still need to drop off the remaining cards at my high school so the office can give them to the teachers that I didn't get to give them to. And yeah, so I didn't get to say goodbye to the teachers I really want to say goodbye to, which, you know, maybe I'll see them around town, you know? I mean, before I leave, I don't know. I mean, I move out on August 15th. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm really nervous. I mean, I did early decision, so that's basically, for those of you who don't know, who haven't committed to a college yet or anything, or, you know, aren't at that point yet, early decision, basically, you commit and then are in a binding agreement with the college, saying that you are going to go there. You have to take back all your applications to all of their colleges by a certain time, and it basically, yeah, so there's early action, early decision, and regular decision, and rolling admissions. So, early action is, like, you know, they have a certain deadline that you can hit that's kind of earlier, but it's not binding. And then there's early decision, which is binding. Like, if you say, I'm going to do early decision, it means you are going to that college, and that's that. And then regular decision is kind of like later, you know, it's like there's a deadline that all students are kind of expected to get their application in by, or else they can't apply to that college. And usually you hear back a lot later if you do regular decision, which can be kind of difficult for filing financial stuff, because you need to know, like, what college you're going to and how much it costs when you fill out the financial forms. And then rolling admissions, which not all colleges have, is basically year-round, or at most points of the year they are accepting applications, which, you know, a lot of colleges really like having those deadlines, because just having some students like apply really late is just really inconvenient for them, because that means they have to fill out paperwork again for another student, and then, you know, read another student's essay at a random point in the year. But yeah, so I did early decision because, you know, I got a scholarship from this college, and the scholarship was rather big. It was one of their highest, I think it was their highest scholarship that you could get, and I got it. So actually no, it was one of the highest you could get. It wasn't the highest, but I got it, and so I was already kind of interested because of that. Oh man. So, you know, I was like, you know, I kind of want to go here, you know, and I was like, you know, I want to get out of my state. I really, you know, a while ago I didn't ever really want to get out of my state, because I was nervous to be that far away from home. But then I just kind of stopped being nervous about it and was like, you know, I need to get out of here. You know, I need to go out and discover myself, find out who I am without my parents, and, you know, just kind of figure out who I am without their influence. And I think it's really important for students to actually do that, because if you just spend your whole life with your parents kind of like keeping you in this bubble, I don't think you'll ever really be happy, because, you know, to go out and be on your own with people you don't know, like, you know, I feel like that's just, yeah, you gotta do it, And, let's break, please. Okay, there. And, yeah, so I was like, I wanna get out of state, and so I did. And I was kind of like, you know, there's a college kind of closer that I could have gone to, but really I just was like, I want to, you know, both programs were really good programs for the major I wanted to go into, which for a while I was like, I want to go into astronomy, and then I was like, you know, there aren't really a lot of jobs for astronomy that are well paying, and I want to have a stable, you know, I want to be able to live comfortably, because I kind of grew up with a lower middle class family, and so I really wanted to just, you know, have an opportunity to go big, you know. And so I was like, you know, I kind of like engineering, and I was like, is there a major for people who like engineering, but also like, you know, like space? And then I discovered astronautical engineering, which deals with spacecraft and rockets, and I was like, you know, this is actually perfect, because I've always liked working with my hands. I like math, and, you know, I would love to be in this profession where I'm gonna get to do something that'll, you know, take us out of our solar system, which I think is crucial, you know, like, everything is moving away from us, from our solar system, at a very exponential rate. So I really wanted to be a part of, you know, getting us out of our solar system and getting to, you know, maybe go into space. You know, for a while I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go into space because I get motion sickness. And then I was like, you know, oh frick, oh frick, oh frick, ouchie, 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 ouchie. And then, you know, I discovered that Dramamine exists, which, if you don't know what Dramamine is, it's basically an anti-motion sickness pill. And I have used it before on planes because I get motion sick very easily. And yeah, so I was like, yeah, maybe I could go into space. And people ask me, do you want to be like an astronaut? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I have a very wide range of interests. You know, like I love plants, I love cooking, I really like running and exercise, and like genetics fascinates me, biology fascinates me, space fascinates me, math fascinates me, you know, like, so I was like, you know, I could be an astronaut because astronauts have to have a wide skill set, you know, and medical stuff also interests me. And I was like, you know, I guess if I wanted to be an astronaut, I could. Like, I really could go for it if I want to. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I just, you know, it's a lot harder of a profession solely because it's many more years of school, and I guess kind of, you know, you gotta kind of decide how many years do you want to be in school, because astronauts, you know, some people never make it past, never even, you know, they have to keep trying and trying and trying and trying to get into the program because it's very, very competitive. So, you know, I guess, yeah, you know, if I'm a very hardworking person, so if I wanted to become an astronaut, I think I could. You know, and I love learning, so it's not like I'd get bored of being in school. But yeah, so I guess cue the time lapse, because am I going backwards? Oh, I'm going backwards. Oh shoot. This way. There we go. And my boat is sinking again. There's a nether portal here. That's 2 nether portals in the past, I'm not gonna say how many blocks, but that rather close. Any other signs of people here? This is super sketch. I guess the only thing to do is to go through it, is there? There's another one below here. Fascinating. I guess let's go through. What? There's a crafting table. Okay. Okay. But I wonder why there are 2. Oh boy. Let's okay. I don't know if this is actually someone's base. Okay. Creeper. Okay. I don't know if there's anything here. Now, do I want to go down here? I know people say this could be a stash, but there's another portal down here. Someone's mine. Okay, I need to be very good. It looks like just a tunnel. How far does it go? Oh, I see. Takes them to land. The staircase is very annoying because I keep banging my head on it. Looks like actually this waterfall goes straight up. So let's go up the waterfall then. Let's be careful though. Oh my god, this is so sketchy! Is it as far as it goes? It is. Alright, I need that to not happen. Okay, alright. At least there's water, so if I need to run away, I can. Oh my god. What the heck? Second floor. It definitely looks like someone's already looted this. It looks like this used to be like a bar or something. They were trying to make a cool little bar. Oh, now is not the time for that. Thank you. Okay. So now we need to jump into the water and... oh my god, this is so scary. Yeah, so I'll see you guys later, and hopefully you enjoyed the story times this episode, and yeah, see y'all later.